Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the Jurassic World Hammond Collection Ankylosaurus figure from Mattel. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, this figure looks really, really good. However, there are a couple things that I think would have really brought this home, and we will get into that. But first off, starting with the great amount of positives going on here, I think the proportions look pretty much perfect. Everything looks right. Just love the way they, again, portioned it out. Because again, in this line, that's definitely kind of been an issue occasionally. Beyond that, we have some really nice paint application, especially here at the head. You can see that little red around the eyes. The eyes are very cleanly done. Then we get this nice wash here on the top of the head and the back. And you know, it's more subtle on the back, but it definitely gives it some nice depth. And yeah, just I'm a fan of what they did there. You'd notice a little bit with the spikes because there's not a wash on there, but you know, it is nice to have the spikes a different color, which brings us to my first critique, which is once you get to the tail, that ends. So the wash isn't really there. I guess it is no, it's a light lighting. Never mind. So the wash goes away. These kind of bumps just don't have the gray coloring we get on the body, so it's definitely noticeable. And obviously the sides change as well, so there really wasn't any paint put here onto the tail except for the club. The club's done very nicely. I really like the way they did the gradient here, from the green into the white. But yeah, everything else is very much noticeable, unfortunately, in that regard. And I guess while we're on that subject, moving on to the feet do not have the nails painted. And I think that really would have kind of brought this up a little bit. I know not every figure in this line has had them done or had them all done. Sometimes it's just, you know, kind of the upper limbs or the lower limbs. But here's a case where I think it definitely would have kind of brought it up a little bit and kind of pushed it into possibly like top 13 territory for the end of the year. But beyond that, like just a really good looking figure. I think they nailed what they needed to nail. Just, you know, a little sad about the lack of paint rather on the tail and the feet, but other than that, just a definitely kick-ass looking figure. Articulation here is also very, very nice, and as you can see, we did get a freestanding kick. It is assisted with the tail. Not the prettiest freestanding kick either, but again, it happened in this ridiculous pose, and I'm glad I was able to get it into it. So there is that. But getting into the finer points and the way it actually functions, we do have an articulated jaw, which is awesome. We've been seeing this on a lot of figures in this line. So we get about that far open, and we can close completely. We do get a ball joint at the base of the head. We get a ball joint at the base of the neck. So we can look up like that. We can look down like that, which is positively beautiful. And we get some really nice side to side. There you go. You know, the focus kind of coming in and out, so I apologize for that. So we get some nice rotation all around. For our forelimbs, we come out about that far, in about that far. Not the greatest range, but it does work. And of course, we can come all the way forward, all the way back to about there. So we can get some kind of running style poses. We are single jointed at the kind of elbow, and that rotates as well. And we get the feet where we get about that much point. We get about that much forward. And not so much rocker, it is rotation. For the hind limbs, we're coming about this far back, this far forward. Again, we can get some pretty nice running poses out of this. And in terms of the in and out, so that's all the way in, that's all the way out. Again, not too much, but it does happen. Then we get to the knees. Knees are coming in about that far. They do rotate. Then we get to the feet. So there's our point. And these do push forward. There we go. Forget about that far forward. And again, more rotation than rocker. And then we get to the tail. And we start here. Pardon me. The lights are not liking this today for some reason. There we go. So we see we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 segments here on the tail. So we get rotation out of those. We do get some side to side as well. So we're gonna come that far to the side and come that far up and that far down, which is absolutely fantastic. I do wish that it kind of started a little bit more, or probably about here, so we could occasionally get some like actual standing poses if we wanted, just for funsies. Oh, actually, I guess we can. This didn't work anytime except now on camera, so I guess I made myself a liar, but I'm actually glad I did that on camera. So yeah, again, the extra movement would be nice, but overall, just still a very fun articulated figure. Getting into size comparisons, here they are with some other Hammond collection. With some Hasbro and some Mattel. With some imports. With some monsters. Finally, with an articulated icons, Oni and yours truly in human form as a Valorverse Action Force figure. So my final thoughts on the Hammond collection Ankylosaurus figure from Mattel is that this is a really great figure. Despite my couple of nitpicks, this is truly just a fun figure to play with, and it looks great on the shelf and totally fits in with the rest of the Hammond collection, and I can't give it higher praise than that because it's been such a fun line, and that is just continuing in any form factor so far, at least for me. And if you agree, then I cannot recommend this enough. And it was out of stock pretty much everywhere for a while, but it looks like it is currently in stock as of me recording this video on the Mattel Creations website, and maybe a couple other places. I think Amazon might have it, but I will have a link or two in the description below so you can pick this up if you are so interested. So that being said, I hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining. And if you did, I hope you come back because I do multiple reviews a week of action figures related to tokusatsu, dinosaurs, monsters, pro wrestling, and more. So if any of that appeals to you, come on back. Let's have some more fun. Let's talk some more toys, and just ultimately, I hope you're well. I hope that all of your toy dreams come true, and most importantly, I hope that you and yours stay weird, simians.